All right. Next up is Glyden. Glyden, are you here with us? Glyden. No, thank you, Navarra. Narava. Ugh. Da, 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 da. Oh, hi, Turnip. By the way, did I say hi to you? Hi, and thank you so much. You know what you do. You do what you do. Thank you. Okay, well, let me look this up. I don't know if Glyden's here with us. This is called FMF 2015 Vikings Suite. Mm. 2019. Oh, what was it again? Was that it? 2015 Vikings Suite. Yeah, I did. Okay, I just want to make sure. Turn up be scheming. I don't know. Oh, this must be at FMF 2015 International TV Series Gala, the Vikings Suite. So this must be it. This artist here looks Viking, and that would only be from the stereotypical knowledge that I see on TV of what a Viking might look like, but very Nordic and very manly man. So let's do this. The top one. Oh, Glyden, you're here. Hi, bud. What's up? Thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate it. Food Bank really appreciates it. And thank you for coming on Saturday and probably hanging out. And I'm sorry I didn't get to your track then, but here we are today. So I want to thank you very much for that. So here we go. This is the Viking Suite. Trevor Morris and our Selvik. And let's do this. All right. Ooh, nice live. Let's do this. Ah, that's cool. Okay, it's a good place for me to take a quick break. It is hauntingly beautiful, the opening performance, just him and that instrument. I don't know what the name of the instrument is. I love it. I love the raw, I don't know if tribal is the right word to use, but that kind of rawness to his tone of his voice. And, you know, what he's playing is a really nice, just very subtle kind of support for, you know, chord-wise, if you would, for where he is in his song and stuff. But that his voice has got that really super cool. Tribal's not the right word for it, but anyhow, I think you guys know what I'm trying to get to. I have not seen in a long, long time. I totally spaced. At times, very rarely, will instruments be played other than they were meant to be played. those violins, the cellos, the double bass is turned around and being used as drums. Even the harpist, did you notice, was playing on the frame of the harp? And I like that because once again, that the fetch on that is it is a gigantic like campfire or storytelling circle of musicians, and just picking up what they had and to hold percussive patterns and stuff like that. So relaying that was fantastic. Having our cellist, or is that a bass? I don't know. I couldn't tell. Just adding just a little bit there was nice, and then there was in unison the sections coming back in. There was that low trombone kind of line that was kind of keeping us kind of in their throaty kind of lower vibe. But I just like the way it's built. But I was just very intrigued by the whole violin section, turning it around and becoming a percussive section. It's been done, but I just haven't seen it for a bazooka million years. All right, I gotta give it a little bit of a breather. That was just a pounding passage right there. And I guess maybe this must be a piece of music that locks to picture. That's what we were seeing, was that battle or that war in the back. But as far as the emotional dynamics of this whole thing, and from what I understand and what I feel, obviously when I see that it's a Viking suite and I'm thinking of Vikings, I always think about these most powerfully stoic wars and prideful, powerful people and stuff, and a culture that even in its modern representation in how we see this hybrid, their performance, classical choirs and stuff, it still cuts right through, like a tank in the fog. It's just like it still comes plowing right through the organicness and the visceral emotion of what we're listening to, as a I would say leading more of a cultural performance that's obviously strengthened by an orchestral backing and stuff. But this kind of like back and forth of and then also using the breathiness. A lot of people don't ever really see a lot of that in choirs or in vocal performances, is like where he's going If you look back in the choir, they were filling in a lot of the and those are actually written down on paper. You know, so I really love music like this that has that thing where I can peel away from the layers, if you would, of the performance and really fall into the cultural delivery of the track in of itself. Yes. Wow. What a massive performance! Look at the size of that place too. Look at how the sound department's lit right in the middle of it. All these computers and screens and stuff, because that's a beast to manage up there. What a great performance! And also, somebody who was saying it, was it Doc Doom? 93 had said, you know, for more performances of this nature. That there's that band he's mentioning right there. I think it's Hilung. Just I've listened to a lot of their music by virtue of reaction requests, but half the time they get blocked. I don't know. You know, their publishers, sometimes they let me slide and sometimes they don't. I don't know. And I've had 3 Hilung songs that I've done that have gotten blocked. I'm like, all right, sorry guys. Hope I'm not offending you guys, but that's not my intention. But it is tremendously wonderful to watch these YouTube videos on that band, because you just feel like you're being thrust into the Renaissance. I don't know if Renaissance period, in the dark ages of mandom, you know, and pride and all that sort of stuff. It's really great. You know, I don't know. You don't. I can't say. You don't see this like from the Falkland Islands. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying. So anyhow, that was great, man. Thank you so mucho, Glidden, for that. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Next up, the segmented. Quickly, if at any time thus far, you think that maybe I skipped past you or something like that, please just leave a note, and then either, I think 1 a.m. Bus is with us right now. He's helping me. He can look at the list and see if there was either A, if you missed it because you stepped out or something, or the other way around. And don't worry, I did record on my hardware drive, and backing it up. And when I do release this whole thing on my archive channel, which I'm opening soon, then that's where it'll be for you guys to hear it if I did it and you missed it. So there. Anyhow, this is where we got going on here now. This is Segmented. Mr. Segmented, are you here with me? Hello. There you are. How are you? Super cool beans. Okay, so high-speed attacker, the enemy to translate the scorching ping pong girls. Okay. Sounds like something that you might see on Korn. Okay, hang on for a second. Shh. I'm going to have to copy and paste this one. I will never be able to. Okay. Okay. All right, is this the one? There, my friend. I think this would be the first one, yeah? That's what I'm thinking. Let me know if that's the first one. I take a sippy water. I sippy water. Where's my sippy cup? Hello, 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 hello. Stand by. The segmented, is that the right one? Top one. Okay, great. There you are. All right, let's do this. Thank you very much for your $20 donation to the Maui Food Fund, Maui Food Bank. I also appreciate you showing up to the original stream and even coming back for this one here. So this is for you. Let's do this. Shakanetsu no Takyu Musumi OST. I hope I said that right. Here we go. I like that. Love that right there in the chord. You can do it there. Might do it here. Slipping up into that major. God, this is so cool. You know, when it comes to EDM compositions, I was going to say constipations. Jeez, I must be already getting tired. Compositions, is that these sounds are so precise that it gives the composer of EDM many variables. I've talked about this before. Many variables to work with in other arrangements and squeezing in between the frequencies and getting tones to be heard amongst the chaoticness of a track like this. All these tracks are super sizzly except, of course, the kick. Even the snare is. But what we were just listening to especially, I love the digital delay that's on that, and it swims a little bit and it gives us that dynamic. The other thing about that track was that third rhythmic pattern that came in about 20 seconds into it. It almost had like a triplet vibe to it, but that all of a sudden became the point of where the composer seemed to have built off the other arrangements, where it started off where I was thinking, here's the one, but then he comes in with this kind of vibe, And then the rest of his arrangements built off of that part of the arrangement. So that was very, very cool. Oh, that's why it's called ping pong. Okay, I get you. Hey, Shadow, what's up? Got this vibe right now. I'm gonna get ya. I love that sliding bass sound. You know, I've never, as a composer, I don't know how they do that. It might be a patch. There's something that they do and stuff. There's a couple times when I've been doing compositions, I go, wow, I wish I knew how to do that sound, or where that was hiding somewhere that I could flex on it. But I let, and that goes right down into that sub-bassy vibe. Yes, very ping-pongy. The Scorching Ping Pong Girls apparently is what this is seemingly all about. And it seemed to have matched that perfectly. If that was the, you know, the genesis of the composition was to match something of that nature. Very high end. I've never heard of Speedy Cake, Kairu. I was reading that comment, a Speedy Cake remix of anime songs. To me, Speedy Cake is some guy that just, and he's too, and forget it. Fast-paced techno remixes, Speedy Cake. I gotcha. Okay. I kind of figured that's what it was. But this was a sizzling fireball of a track. Kind of reminded me a little bit of what we did during the 8-hour stream. What was that one, that Vocaloid track that we listened to? It was about 7.5, 8 minutes long with the little yellow happy faces on it and stuff like that. Kind of gave me that same kind of intense, fiery, you know, energetic, chaotic kind of vibe. What was the name of that track? I forgot what it was. But anyhow, this was a sick track. Thank you so much for that. The Segmented, I can't thank you enough. I appreciate it once again for your donation and still hanging out. How many of you guys getting ready to go to bed? What time is it for everybody? It's 5:20. I'm okay still. I got at least another, you know, 40 minutes to maybe even an hour or so. We'll see. I'm dangling in there, but I'm old. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Now it's 10:20. So that means that you are New York, 11:20 somewhere, 11:20. Oh, so 11:20 must be East Coast, 10:20 Central. Okay. 8 for you, 8:20, 11:20 East Coast. Not me, man. It's 5:20 and the sun is out. And there's actually a rainbow back there and you can't see it because my camera won't point up in that direction. But 1:20 p.m. Okay, dyslexic villain and chaotic old bore. You folks, let me do the math. 1:20. Would you guys be in Australia? No, that wouldn't be it. I'm sorry. That's not my forte, obviously. Hey, Gummy Bear Chewy, what's up? So, yeah. Okay, here we go, guys. What's the next one here? Chaotic Boar. Wait a second, Chaotic Boar. By the way, yours is next. This one, oh, it's an acoustic track. Good. Oh, nice. This ought to be a nice let up in the gear shifting here to listen to this. This is called Lawrence. Don't Lose Sight. Okay, hang on. There it is. All right. 8:21 Pacific time. So, okay, so Doc Doom, you're West Coast, yeah? All right, guys. This is, I believe, is Lawrence the name of the band? And or the artist. I can't tell. So I believe this is Central Australia. Chaotic Old Boar. I see. Well, Chaotic Old Boar, this is you. This is your song. Thank you so much for your donation and this request here. So this looks like it's going to be really fun. Like they don't take themselves too seriously, at least with thumbnails. They're having a good old time here. So let's listen. Let's see what this is all about. This is Lawrence, Don't Lose Sight, the acoustic version, which you requested. Here we go. Tell me a little bit about Lawrence while I listen.
She's gonna kill me, but I won't let it. And I try to give them hell, but they don't get it. So I tell myself when I sleep.
Oh my God.
Don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight. Don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight. Don't lose sight,
Beautiful
baby,
gospel.
don't lose sight.
Power gospel.
Don't
Live
lose
to it.
sight, baby, don't. All right, let's go.
Don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight. Don't lose sight, baby,
Oh, we're not gonna lose sight. Don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight. Are you kidding me? I'm getting sick of the industry. I've had enough of the make-believe. Oh please, am I lost or found? I'm getting sick of the ups and downs. No need to give me the run around. I'm out.
This shit's gonna kill me, but I won't let it. And I try to give them hell, but they don't get it. So
With all the attitude in the world. All right.
Don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight. And they try to give me up, but I won't give it. And this life will get you down, but I keep living. So I tell myself when I sleep at night, don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight. Don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight.
Kidding me?
Wow, just all-time freaking epic wow. I don't think I've ever been I don't think I ever got this wowed by a kind of a startup performance, maybe the first time I've heard an artist or a band since Fruity Loops. Is that what it is? Or something Loops? The trio, and that guy has Dirty Loops. Oh, I said Fruity Loops. I'm sorry. I got cereal in my head. I got cereal for brains. Sorry. Dirty Loops. And when he opened his mouth and that incredible voice came out with that incredible composition and arrangements, this has got this really progressive gospel vibe. And it is just amazing. But I'm I'm beyond breaking down or reacting and listening to the music, because the music itself and its performance at the moment is, like I said, very gospel vibe. You got 4 pianos, you got 4 keyboards going. They're not maybe playing all at the same exact time, or maybe at the stop it may seem like it. But you have the B3, or is that a Hammond? And you have the piano, you have an EP and stuff playing and stuff. But the vocals and the whole vibe, this whole kind of progressive gospel vibe is mind-numbing. Who is that girl? What a voice.
I'm getting sick of the in-between. Running in place isn't interesting to me.
And his voice is great too.
Oh, it's not even matter or is it love? I'm checking the prices, I'll give it up. Now what?
Jesus, he's got an amazing voice too. God.
Don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight. They try to give me up, but I won't
ain't ever gonna change. It ain't ever gonna change.
He's got such a smoky voice,
Ain't ever
man.
gonna change.
And this shit ain't never gonna change. Ain't never gonna change. Ain't never gonna change. Oh, and this shit's gonna kill me, but I won't let it. And this shit's gonna kill me, but I won't let it. So I tell myself when I say goodnight. Oh, this shit's gonna kill me, but I won't let it.
Come on, buddy, that shit's gonna kill me and I don't let it.
So I
And the
tell
shit's gonna
myself
kill me
when
like
I
I
say
don't.
goodnight. Don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight. And they try to give me up, but I won't give it. And this life will get you down, but I keep living. So I tell myself when I say goodnight. Don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight.
No, it ain't ever gonna.
He switched. I didn't see the switch.
No, it ain't ever gonna. Crazy. Jordan, give us a low one.
No, it ain't ever gonna change.
Three, one last one.
It ain't never gonna and this shit ain't never gonna change. It ain't never gonna change. It ain't never gonna change. This shit ain't never gonna change. It ain't never gonna change. It ain't never gonna change. And this shit ain't never gonna change. It ain't never gonna change.
Little Justin Timberlake thing going
It
there.
ain't never gonna change. And this shit ain't never gonna. Ooh, yeah. It ain't never gonna change, baby. Mm. Change. And this shit ain't never gonna change.
Oh, brother and sister?
Ain't never
Wow.
gonna
Is it?
change. But I'm never gonna change. No.
Okay, that was some of the most bone-crushingest kind of. It wasn't gospel in a proggy way at all, fusiony way, but they really moved it around. But I was lost already. I went beyond reacting to it to just sitting there in complete shock and awe of the vocal talent. You could just like, even if this isn't your jam, that was live. There was mistakes not mistakes. There were things that happened on the mic when she was singing, that there were pops that came through that you just know that the engineer was probably, trying to get this final mix together, going, oh, how do I get that out or something? But it's just part of the performance. This was live, man. And every single one of those singers probably on their own standalone probably can release albums and stuff. Everybody in there, musicians, everybody in there. I would have loved to have seen maybe a bass. Yes, it was acoustic, maybe an upright bass. I don't know. I'm just saying. It doesn't matter. The performance was absolutely insane. And like I said, even if it wasn't your jam, not your style, that kind of, gospel vibe. And I think it's a gospel vibe. I don't know. I'm not. I've had a few friends play in that genre and stuff as professional musicians and stuff, but I haven't, had any opportunity. I've never written any gospel. I've never been asked to, I think I did 1 or 2 tracks for the music library about 15 years ago, but I'm sure it was probably a hack job. Anyhow, That was a fantastic suggestion, Chaotic Boar. Absolutely fantastic. Talent from top to bottom, and that I guess they're brother and sister too to boot. Yeah. Yes, brother and sister. You said that right there. Fantastic. What a trip. It was killer. I want to say hi to somebody in the chat that I just saw for popping up. What is it? Boro Bear 1876. How's it? I don't think I've seen you drop by and leave a comment. If you have, could have scrolled by. I just wanted to acknowledge you and say how's it. All right, next one up, Jolo 248. Are you here, Jolo 248? Oompa, 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 oompa. This is coming from Super Smash Bros. Let me copy this, see if that'll work. The link is safe? Okay, yeah, I looked at the, I was looking at it going, okay, it's rolling, we're good. Thank you for doing that too, and checking that 1 a.m. bus, I appreciate that. There you are, hi Jolo, how you doing today? Thank you or tonight, I don't know where you're at in the planet. It's still daytime for me. I still see the sun reflecting off of the back of the mountain. I want to thank you, Jolo, for your donation for the food bank, your $20. That's super cool beans. And as well as hanging out for the 8-hour stream and coming back for this. I know a lot of you patiently are, waiting for your songs to come through. I am recording to my hardware drive. I know it's a joke. I'm saying it that way because I said it, That's like the old man for the very first time saying, I don't know, you just go onto the Google or send it onto the Twitter. It happens, right? All right, let me pop in this link here. Oops, that's not the one I wanted. Wait, stand by. I have to wait a second. Give me a second, guys. I'll do it this way. Okay. Hanabata. Shadow, how you doing, bro? How's everything out there in the Big Island? Here we go. There's that slap bass back in there. This is a unique arrangement. It's also the volume is a little lower than normal. Now, is this a cover? Which it doesn't matter if it is or it isn't. I just saw somebody left a comment briefly, and I didn't know if that meant that this was a cover of it. This is a very unique kind of an orchestra or arrangement orchestration for me to listen to, and it's got a little bit of kind of marching bandish kind of vibe to it. And the lines that they're using in the horns and stuff. I'm gonna keep listening, but I just wanted to ask if it was a cover, if this is original. Oh, 45,800, thank you. Straightforward with the bass. I like this change up. Something else about this too, there's, you know, this very fast driving kind of pace of what's going on here. You know what really played an important part to keep in my head straight through this is actually the bass. Again, has that kind of gallopy kind of vibe through that earlier section. Was really, really, like, kept me really locked in because there's a lot of da, and I'm hearing like a double wah. Like it, when I say that, it just reminds me of, like, you know, using a wah pedal for a rhythm, you know, and you're just hitting the strings going wah, waka, 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 and it's going on, and there's a double wah going in there. So there's very unique instrumentation going in here, but principally, obviously, this is a you know, a trumpet lead that's happening here, and I don't know if that's significant to the original OST, or if the trumpet lead is, and the way we're hearing it, at least I know this is kind of cover, but the trumpet is what is the emphasis of this version of it. I don't know. Key change, come on. So would that be the repeat harmony? Da 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 da, or something like that? Is that something that they're pulling from? And, you know, is that like the core of the melody as a motif or something like that? I liked it. It was really, it was chaotic, but it was a little thin. And I think why I say thin is just because of the way it was mixed, or how it was maybe put in here in encoding or something like that. But I think that's also why I kind of moved and really kind of leveled into the bass, because the bass gave me some bottom to kind of stick with the gallop. But there was this kind of, I'm trying to remember the kind of style this reminds me of, kind of hyper hybrid spaghetti western in a very weird kind of way. I don't know if that gave you that same vibe, but yeah, that's what it felt like to me. But Jolo, thank you so much for that. What was the name? Jolo, was that something that was off of a specific game? And the only reason why I ask is when I look at the artwork on that, and that's why I'm asking too, is because I don't know, is I swear I see like Donkey Kong in there and other characters that are part, like, I don't know if this was like a compilation thing. It was originally from Donkey Kong Country. Okay. Yeah, I know. Guys, you just between you and I, when I'm talking about is that you folks here on this channel and Twitch and stuff, you know how many tracks I've heard, and I can't, sometimes I just don't remember, you know, it just all, it loads, it plays, it's a sieve, it passes, you know, and every once in a while I catch myself, but that I've heard something, but, you know, excuse me. Oh, it's the Disney World of Nintendo games. Oh, so it's a Nintendo company collage is what that thumbnail is. Is that what you're saying? Oh, Smash is the Video Game Hall of Fame. Okay, gotcha. Okay, thanks, Patty Cakes. Fantabulous. Hey, speaking of which, Doc Doom, I've got your donation. Oh, but Jolo, once again, though, I do want to say thank you so much for your $20 donation for the Maui Food Bank. Very much appreciated, as well as you still coming back to listen and wait for your song. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, Doc Doom, yours is up now, brother. So this one is Alone Awake by Dead Letter Circus. Awaked. Awaked. The way I typed it. Awaked. Oh, you can't see it on there. All right. Alone Awake. Okay. So this is a record. So this is Dead Letter Circus. Is that the name of the band? This is prog alt rock band from Australia. Oh, okay, great. Perfect. See it. All right. Let's do this. Ooh, you know this must be really good when you start seeing other musicians have covered it. So yeah, you guys can see what I'm looking at. So I'm noticing right below it that there's some drum covers, so I'm sure I'm in for something really super cool. When you see drummers doing covers, it really hit like some kind of hidden vein, plutonium vein of like, that's going to be fun. Or difficult, challenging. So here we go. This is called Alone Awake by Dead Letter Circus, coming out of Australia. All right. Doc Doom, thank you so much for your $20 donation for the Maui Food Bank. Always much appreciated, and that's going to go a long way over there. All right, let's do this.
Will not be guided, held apart and counted, kept within our spaces, alone. Some of us are broken, free and we have chosen, leading but we're conscious, away.
What a great drum pattern. I love the ambient work too, it's fantastic. Man, I love this. I love this for so many different reasons. One is it really caught me off guard, like as a listener. I was like, oh, okay, so that's got to be a double kick because I can hear the two cymbals going. And what they were establishing is the bass, not bass as in bass instrument, the basis for their ethereal vibe through this. And then all of a sudden I was taken away from everything else. And once the drums came in, I was trying to detect what that pattern was. I like that they use that kind of delayed muted part of their playing. Kind of gives you a little bit of that YouTube feel. What's the name of that guitar player? That's what he does. It has that really nice vibe in there, but it has. I'm going to say this word because I don't know any other reference on how to do it, but it has a shoegaze style. I'm talking about their ambient arrangement, not the melody, not the chord changes and stuff, but their ambient arrangement kind of reminds me of a little shoegazy. So in other words, I don't know if they have a keyboard, but it sounds like a lot of the ambience is a derivative of really tricked out guitar, sidechain, or pedal work. And so, and this guy's voice is really unique, but I'm really still super intrigued with what the drummer's doing and really how it is moving the song along. You know, it's very unique, man. Now I know why the drummers were covering it in the videos that we were just looking at. Great background vocal. Bass player's crushing it. What a great bass tone as well. Can I just tell you how much I just love that section right there? I think that was 12 bars. I'm not too sure. Where the guitar player just kept on the that arpeggiation, and the tone of the guitars and everything, just right there. That could have gone for a minute, and I still would have been glued. That was such. I got to listen to it again. I'm listening to it again. Sorry, guys. My channel. Badass. Two things going on there, and one outside of the vocals, obviously, octave higher, right? That the guitar is playing, and there's a good delay on that. But actually, what's really keeping this sewn together for me is there's like a muted that has a pretty insidious delay on it as well. So you're getting a lot of this pingy playback and stuff that I think is such an important part of the establishing ambience of what's happening there, without it having, saving the power of the guitars and the overdriven sound for their, pre-chorus and chorus. But I love that, what they did there. I love how they're leaving the sizzle for us. You guys know how I am about that, man, is when bands decide to, if they end a song or something and they decide to peel the layers back, pull drums back or something, and they leave us with a little something that's part of the track that didn't have a standalone, position, if you would, in the mix, more of a lead as a blend with the power of the chords and that sizzly, synthy track. Once again, I don't know anything of the band. I don't know if they have a keyboardist or how they implement that, maybe in recording, maybe in overdubs, and how they may dupe it on tour or something with a keyboard player, or if it's part of the band. But that sizzle, fried stereo sound was a very, very important part of the addition with the guitars. If it was doubled up, that could also have its own life on its own, and that's a whole different conversation. Maybe one day I'll geek out and I'll sit here for a couple of hours and just show you different ways that I do what I do, but it's similar to what, musicians and bands that we've been listening to are doing. This was a great find, this band, and I know there's a lot more like it. The last thing I want to say, though, about the band that I loved is the engineering, the sculpting of the bass sound was phenomenal. It's a bass engineering is a very temperamental and a very personal thing between bass player, engineer, and stuff like that. A little different kind of relationship, I believe, in my experience, in trying to get the exact sound, specifically, because it owns the bottom. It is in charge of the bottom end of a mix, man. So it has to be given care. and it's delicate, even if it's thrash metal. You know, there's certain kind of care that has to go into that. And the bass sound of this had a little bit of width to it. You know, it wasn't like a little, you know, what we call it a nose, overdriven, nosy in the center kind of punchy vibe. It had some balls and some bottom at the bottom in its tone. So while everything was going on, if he held that note longer than a half note, you know, a quarter note, I'm sorry, you felt the resonance and the sustain of that note really just sponge the bottom, and it was great. Frickin' hats off to the engineer as well on that. If it's one of the same nowadays, sometimes it's some band member or something. Anyhow, Doc Doom, thank you so much for that. That was a great suggestion. Let me read your comments here. No, you check this. You made me check these guys out. Perfect Circle, Carnival. Yeah, I can hear some of that. More of the Carnival, I think I can hear in this particular track. Perfect Circle is also another one of my favorite bands. I think I've listened to almost everything they have there in discography. But yeah, that was great. Let me go for another one here. Stand by, guys. Here we go. Okay. It looks like we've kind of been staying in a pocket of people who have been very generous with their donations, but this is, excuse me. By the way, I do want to say there were a few things in my mini feed I didn't acknowledge for today. First of all, Boosty, hey, thanks for the follow. Shadow 49459 for the follow, and Yvonne 90. Oh my goodness, this was 2 hours ago. Sorry I didn't acknowledge you if you're still here. Thank you so much for the sub prime, and also Booby 212. Booby 212. Thank you so much for the follow as well. Yeah, I love me some APC for sure. Okay, this is my last one for the evening, guys, and then I will be back Friday to continue on this list. This is from, again, another donation by 45800. Are you still here? 45800. And I think this is a great way to actually close it, because this is going to be from Final Fantasy X1V 14. Sorry guys, the process. How's it? Well, thank you for this choice here. Thank you again for your donation. You know, I add some of these donations up by individuals. I was going, wow, add it all up. This put in $100 or $80 or $120 on 20s that you guys kind of sprinkled throughout the session. So thank you so much for that, for your thoughts on the food bank and sending some aloha and your donations. So let's do this. This is the last one for me tonight. So I'm really going to sponge this one and sit. This is called, from Final Fantasy 14, this is called Close in the Distance. Okay. OST. I think so. Oh, everyone's happy about this one. Good. How many of you guys are pumped on the final song? Of course, it was out of my hands. Oh, sorry, that was not me. That was you. That was you. I saw you squinting. Don't lie. I think it's just a stream, huh? Okay. Oh my goodness! Yeah, I gotta leave with a little bit of a laugh there. All right, here we go, guys. I take it it's the first one. Yes, it is. Let's do this. This is from Final Fantasy 14. Name of the track is "Close in the Distance." All right. Burrito. I love that pulled back guitar melody.
Whispers falling silently drift on the wind, but I hear you, our journey
Okay, I'm sure there's going to be a big blow up coming up probably in a few bars. I was actually entranced a little bit by the ambience of the piano sound. That was a constant. Da, 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 da. I can't get the right with the octave and stuff. That is a constant. And with the washiness of this long delay that's on there, both a delay and a reverb, it sets the whole emotion for the track. We had that meandering open guitar kind of lead us in with a little bit of a melody. But what's really nice about the decision that the composer, arrangers, producers did on this is they did not introduce the bass until about a minute into it. And so that kind of, when the vocals started, that kind of also warmed up. It's like turning up a flame in like a cold, morning you wake up and you get, to the, well, that's just the vibes that I'm getting and stuff. And with the vocals too, the vocals sounds like it comes from more of a traditional rock, pop kind of performance. I mean, just the style, the enunciation, the kind of voice, the tone of the voice. And I think it suits us perfectly because the washiness of the ambience that's set up by that piano, the changes are really just the bass line, while this still is keeping its arpeggiation consistent. Something else that's really super important about this track thus far is there's a percussive thud sequence. And when I mean thud or super dry sequence, and it's which to me is kind of like keeping the ambiance and the ethereal from getting a little too out of control, the washiness. So you have the washiness, we have the vocalist, sounds fantastic, it's a great melody. The hook is great, it sounds like the hook has hit twice already. Now it's growing further in its arrangements. But what's keeping this also together, like I said, is that very simple, light, little dry percussive, like I said,
Walk on, never look back. Through you, we live tales of lost and
nice chord change right there. Okay, that was weird. Those last few chord changes and turnarounds kind of got me out of my seat. Super odd ending there. I want to bring to point on this a very, there's there's a bit of an 80s vibe in this production. One of them is kind of a seductive drum pattern that you guys might recognize, which is boom, 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 and that was used in a lot of like what I would call power ballads, non-rock power ballads, that were maybe a little more in the 80s, where you would have rock and metal style vocalists singing, music that was less grindy than heavy metal. But that, especially that last little section of that with the drums, really kind of made me kind of nostalgic. The chord changes at the end, I don't know what was going on there. It wasn't bad. I mean, it's all creative and artsy, but there had to be something that went on there. I was like, wait, no, what? Yeah, the tone too. The snare, Doc Doom, was also a very big giveaway to the to the era. But this was released a year ago, so I'm thinking that Final Fantasy 14 was released within the last 5 years. I'm just saying. Why I'm saying that is that whoever wrote this and composed it either has a nostalgic pull from the 80s or something like that. Because that's what we hear a lot of times. We'll hear that. It's like when we hear... There are a few bands that I've done on the Decomposer Lounge that have been around now for 30, 40 years. And regardless of them moving forward with technical musical talent, skill set, and stuff like that, there are certain things that you hang on to. Some of them might be that kind of explosive snare sound, or a particular vocal performance that sounds like, for instance, like Dream Theater, that massively changes their arrangements because their skill set can, probably on the fly every night, they could probably do, an improv. But there are certain things about Dream Theater that will always, when I listen to the mix or something, let's just say part of the, what's it called? The broth, the chicken broth, the base of the soup. Here's the stew, but the base of it will still have, a staple sound that might connect it to an original vibe that they all just love. Oh, we love this snare. Fuck it. Oops. Boo-boo face. I'm sorry. Freak it. Let's just use this, was that the first time that I've ever cursed, I think? Said that word. Oh, that means I'm getting tired. It's time for me to go before I get fired. No, I'm kidding. First time in the last hour, I know I said the SH word, the sheet word. Anyhow. Well, guys, I'm going to go. How many did I do today? 1 a.m.? How many did I do? Cursed on live radio. Ay, hala. I did 15. Okay, that's pretty good. And I think that's because I have it in a list. So I fired 15, in 3 hours? That's absolutely so cool. I want to thank all of you for coming. This was totally unannounced, right? I just showed up on a Tuesday, and I felt really good. I was out at the beach, and I felt good. And then, of course, it was nice doing a quick decompression call with I'm a Sneak, even though he's sleepy time right now. He said, I'm too tired, man. I can't do tonight. 1 a.m. Thank you so much for coming into bat for me as well for today. Excuse me. So I just want to say to all of you who are still here, there's like 75 of you. I know most of you just hang back and watch. Thank you guys, even though you don't participate in the chat, for everything. By the way, guys, look, I'm creeping up on 100,000 on my RPGeebs channel. So that's kind of cool. Just as a numbers thing, everything, the little benchmarks, I already have one of the little silver thingies for my Decomposer Lounge. But, this was just a super cool thing that keeps, these little super cool things keep sprinkling. Oh, you just got here, Manofomold. I like that. Yeah, I'll get a new button. I'm sorry you just got here, but I got to bail. I've been here for 3 hours. And, but I will be back Friday. So Friday I'll try to come in. Oh, yeah, there goes the voice. It's starting to crinkle. Friday I'll come back in a little earlier, maybe 2:30. 2 o'clock, go for a nice little run. And I'm getting there slowly but surely, man. I know I got a few of them out there. And now I have to suss through getting the people their tracks, the $10 donations, and I also have to contact some people to do the Zoom. I've had a few people that actually donated, I think it was 50, was it 50? Yeah, it was $50. And they would Zoom with me. They Zoom your favorite song, and then I'll put that together and release that on there. On my channel. So I look forward to that as well. So thank you guys so much for everything. I had to take these things off. Oh, my ears. Woof. La 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 la. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. You guys have a killer rest of your week. Nobody can make it shitty. Only you can if you let other people. So remember that. Count the wins every day. God, you got to count the wins every day. That's the only time. That's the only way I get through life sometimes. Is you got to wake up and count the wins. And sometimes I don't know if you guys were around when I had my rotator cuff surgery a couple years ago. And when your arm's like this, and you have to use your other hands to do other things, and you realize what you take for granted. So I'm leaving this on a grandpa kind of whimsical kind of way. Freaking count the wins every day, man. That'll get you through the day. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. What time zone was 2 p.m.? 2 p.m. If I go on 2 p.m. my time, that'll be 5 Pacific Standard Time. And please, if you're part of my Discord, I always send out a message on Discord probably about a half hour before I go live. And once again, because these are all catch-up reaction requests from the Maui Food Bank, once again, I just want to let you know they're all going to get recorded. They will all be released on a new YouTube channel that I'm prepping for Twitch archives. People have been saying this for a while, but I've been dragging my I don't want to do it, because that's the way I am. You guys have a wonderful rest of your week. May I please get salute? Salute, everybody. Salute. Und this is und a salute for everybody. Yeah, there we go. There's all the salutes. We're bombing with the salutes. Even if you never commented and it's your first time, let's get a salute out of you. All right. Oh, I didn't know we had a salute emoji. And A off and B 33 and everybody. Some people are new to the chat as well. Thank you guys. Where's that mess? Met part 58. All right. Anyhow, I'm just yapping too much because I do that. Guys, listen. Have a just insane rest of your week. I will see you all on Friday. Left-handed salute. I'm Lieutenant. Lieutenant Jeeves to the rescue.